Are you worried that you won't be able to quit your food addiction because we have to eat to survive? And unlike cigarettes that we can quit to overcome our addiction, or alcohol that we can quit to overcome our addiction, food is actually something that we need for survival. Well, if that's you, watch this video and I will show you a totally different way of looking at this that's gonna make quitting your addiction easy. So I've just had a coffee with a friend and we talked about mutual friend, and it brought up the subject that's very, very common and I hear a lot. When people are worried that they don't know how to quit their food addiction because, well, they are supposed to eat, they have to eat. So it's the hardest addiction to quit because you have to eat. And those people feel like that. They are a heroin addict and they need to have that heroin. And they are worried that they are not going to be able to quit it, because how are they supposed to quit it? They can't just stop eating. And there is a very, very important distinction that we must make, and it is that the substances that people are often that strongly addicted to are not actual food. So think about it. When people talk about being hooked on something and having that unstoppable craving, is it the broccoli that you crave, or is it a tub of ice cream? Or is it steak, or is it crisps that you can't stop eating? Yes? Is it your grandmother's vegetable soup, or is it a Mars bar? So think about, what is it that you crave so bad? What is it that when you start eating, you can't stop eating? What is it? Is it food? Is it actual food? Or is it something that you've been made believe is food, that's being sold to you as food? So there is a distinction between food and non-food. Food is something that's supposed to nourish your body, supposed to have all the nutrients that we need to grow, to heal, to stay healthy, to stay vibrant, and stay optimal. Nature gave us this beautiful mechanism, and we have a lot of food out there as all other animals, right? Food is what grows in soil, or food is what grew eating what grows in soil. So we'll have vegetables, we have things, we have plants that we eat, we have animals that we eat, and these are foods. This is what's to nourish us. This is what we eat. This is what nature wants us to crave when we are hungry. And this is what nature is designed to make us want to stop when we are nourished. This is how we are designed. Now, the food industry cracked the code, cracked the beautiful nature's design of the mechanism of hunger and of the mechanism of eating, pleasure from eating, which is a natural, absolutely natural design. The fact that you have pleasure from eating, that's how you've been designed by nature. Nature wants you to eat, and nature gave you pleasure from eating. Nature wants you to eat, and it also gave you a real pain from not eating and being hungry. Those urges that you have, they are absolutely natural designs from nature to make us thrive and survive, and survive through generations. Now, scientists know how to tamper and tap into those natural, beautiful designs of ours. And the food industry employs those scientists. They don't employ chefs to make foods, they employ scientists. So there is a whole other area and subject that I talk about it in my other publications, that other people talk about it, about ultra processed foods. If you struggle with food addiction, what you call food addiction, and if you find yourself that you struggle with junk, addiction to junk, this is probably the first distinction that you can make here and now without much knowledge. Are you actually addicted to food, or are you addicted to junk? If you're addicted to junk, then know that the worry that you have that you won't be able to quit your food addiction because you have to eat, that's already disqualified. because you can probably eat whole food freely. So you are not to quit food, you're to quit junk. You are not addicted to food, you're addicted to junk. I think this is the most basic and the simplest way for you to start separating and distinguishing between food and junk. And junk is not food. Junk is a drug sold as food. So here and now, let it sink in for a little bit and reflect a little bit on this. What are you actually addicted to? And start making that separation in your brain that you are not actually addicted to food, so you don't have to worry about quitting food. If you are addicted to junk and you want to quit that addiction, it's junk that you will be quitting and not food. And then go and research, go and do your research. My very favorite source is Chris Van Tolken, and he has a book, Ultra Processed People, where he talks extensively about the design of the food industry. He speaks specific names. He speaks the history, how it was designed. He speaks how it's being made and how that perfect mechanism is working to drive profits. Because this is where the food industry is. They are a business, and like every business, they need to raise profits. And how do you raise profits if people are already eating several times per day and they have a natural stop button? Nature designed us with natural stop button when our body is nourished and with food, with real food, and the body has what it needs, and it's not being messed up with the chemicals in junk. Your body is just going to naturally stop. So how do you sell more things? How do you make more money and sell more food to people if people are already eating what they need? Think about it. So they had to get clever. They had to get producing items that make us want to eat more. So they make those items, they make the junk to hook you and want to make you eat more. And then they advertise it to you saying it's so good, once you have one, you can't stop. This is a slogan. Well, this is a slogan of an advert for a food item, for I think it was a cookie or something. And that's it. They'll tell you this. It's so good, you can't stop. And because we've been conditioned for such a long time, and we've been surrounded by those messages and by that environment, it's just become such a norm that we don't even hear it. We don't hear that we're being taken advantage of. So without going into that too deep in this video, do your research. I talk about it in my other publications and videos and books, and I certainly, this is part of the coaching that I do. It's a very big education, and it relieves people from shame. And this is big part of my program, to release the shame of you and the fear that you're not going to be able to stop. You can stop. And once you get the concepts and once you break through the conditioning that you've been surrounded by, it does become easier, and it does become easy at some point. It just clicks, and the world is different for you, and your world of eating is also different for you. So remember, you are not quitting food. If you want to quit your what's called food addiction, you're quitting junk. So make that distinction. Reflect on everything that I've taught here. Do your research, and make a clear line between what food is and what food isn't. And if you're ready to quit your junk addiction, this is going to make it much easier for you. And if you'd like to have some help, of course, get in touch with me. I work with people and I help people do that.